It's so bad, I almost got into a car accident 3 times just coming here. You wanna know the crazy thing about it is? I was walking. All right, and so I like to end my sets with some character association. I feel honored to be amongst some celebrities. So I'm gonna go around the room and I'm gonna name them off because, I never thought this would happen. So over here, we got Bobby Boucher, the water boy. Over here, we got Robert Polson, Bob from Fight Club. His name was Robert Polson. His name was Robert Polson. His name was Robert Polson. Over here, we got the old Pistons coach, Chuck Daly. Over here, we got Terry Francona, the old Red Sox manager. And last but not least, one of my favorite actors, we got Will Ferrell. How you doing? All right, y'all, my name's Mid Official. Y'all been cool.
Hey, yeah. Clap it up. Clap it up for Mid Official. All right, first question. Mid Official, is that your stage name or your legal name?
That's my stage name.
Stage name.
That's my stage name.
What does that mean? I'm not a young, hip person, so what does Mid Official mean?
So the mid is short for Midwest, and the official is just authentic. I feel like I'm a very authentic person. I don't, pull any punches. I call it like it is. I have standards and morals I live by, and so the official just represents being authentic.
My second question is, do you really not know what Kill Tony is? Because when you said it on Facebook yesterday, I thought you were fucking with me. So I was like messing with you back.
No, I've never heard of it. I had to do some research because.
Yeah, good. Well, you're never going to hear about that again once this thing airs. You know what I'm saying? They'll probably go out of business.
And I thought I could look to you for some insight, but all you said was, I'm sleeping with your mom, kid. I'll tell you later.
I didn't say sleeping with your mom. Dude, I thought you were messing around because I figured comedian. I'm like, oh, he knows what.
Adam gets hot fast. Adam gets real hot real
I got a lot of
fast.
stress in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, fuck you. Oh, I can't say that. Guys, what do you think?
I liked, first off, I like that you start with a dead mom joke. That's a way to get a room on your side right away.
Right. I'm going to have to fight this guy after the show in the parking lot. No.
Please don't. I'm old. Please don't.
I think one thing I like at an open mic set, if I'm being honest, is I like when you stick to one theme and try to mine stuff out. Because as you get a longer set, you want to do long bits. You don't want to do 30-second joke after 30-second joke. Sure. So the driving in California, I liked a lot. I thought you could give a lot more examples. Like specificity is gonna be huge there. When you mentioned that Gaza and Palestine, Israel, that's not as dangerous as driving in California. That's the kind of stuff that makes my brain start joining with you. I love when understatement like that, jokes start happening. So I think you have a lot to give there. You mentioned Texas drivers.
Yes, sir.
Have you actually driven in Texas?
I have.
Man, they don't know what yield means.
Bro, they drive fast.
It's not. No, they stop at yield signs. I've almost crashed into so many people in Texas.
They just wave their guns and keep going.
And then I'm the asshole because I got California plates. I'm the asshole every state I go to.
I think they might do that just to throw you off guard.
Oh, man.
And plan their attack for when you get on their freeways.
It works. But no, I think you got a lot of fun stuff there, especially being out of California. And then the fact that no matter where you take that material, people hate Californians. One of the main things I do when I go to the South is I open with talking about how I'm from California, and I then acknowledge that I know they hate me, and then they like me for me saying that you hate California. So if you get into driving in California and be anti-California, I think people are going to like that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think taking one topic and kind of stretching it out as long as you can, I think is a really good habit to get into, just to make sure that you're, mining as much comedy out of it as you possibly can. And I think the specific jokes will come with the specific stories that you're telling.
I think the advice I would give from the book I read 15 years ago, whatever, is economy of words. You hit with so many tags about the driving, which I liked.
Right.
Shortening up and hitting the tags faster. It's almost like boom, boom, the Medal of Honor. You know what I mean? Rather than a sentence in between, I would hit the tags, bang, 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 because they're all really good tags.
Okay.
And the words in between are sort of mucking up the tags because they're all really good. I think if you hit them faster, I think it'll make it'll make the thousands of people that are here laugh even
I
more. But
love
we were
that-
laughing. We were all laughing the whole time.
I love, though, that you openly admitted you haven't done comedy in like 3 months. Then
Hey.
you said, I learned this in a book.
I read that
So
in
I will say I like the advice, not the greatest preface to the advice.
You don't read books? Louis doesn't read books. He just writes them. All right. Well, I think we're good. Any questions for us?
I'm gonna put you on the spot. I have a lot of.
I take it back. No questions. No questions. Just kidding. Go ahead.
No, I have a lot of material. It's hard for me to come to the open mics on Sundays because I'm a Christian. I just let the Lord have his whole day on Sunday. I don't promote my music or my comedy. I have a lot of material. I'm really passionate about this. I'm serious. I'm willing to put in the work. As y'all can see, I made the drive up from Sandy. Would y'all mind giving me a shot, just even a couple minutes on a Friday night, Saturday night, just see what I could do?
Maybe at some point. Not yet. Thursdays, if this takes off as good as it's going right
Okay.
now, we'll be doing this every Thursday. Do you do a bunch of mics around town? Are you hitting the mics?
Yeah, I'm actually, when I leave here, I got picked for the Jazzy Wishbone in Oceanside tonight.
Oceanside,
So
okay.
I'm stopping there on my way back to San Diego. I do mic drop a lot, La Jolla Comedy Store, Madhouse, not that much. I got a show in Pacific Beach Wednesday at the Collective.
Nice.
This is my third time in a row doing Jazzy Wishbone. This is my first time here, so I'm very, very passionate.
Yeah, that's good. So you're doing work. That's great.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody's journey is different, and we talked a little before you got on stage. I met you back there. Everybody's journey is different, but the advice that I like to give people, I kind of started like you, just hitting mics. I didn't do anything but hit the mics. The opportunities, if you keep working hard, the opportunities will find you.
Cool.
People will say, do 5 minutes on this show, and so it's just about just keep going, meet people, network, and you're going to find opportunities.
And the other advice from that book I read, no, I'm just kidding. Other advice I got when I started was try to produce your own show. I had the Regal Bar show back 15 years ago in La Mesa. My buddy owned a bar. We put a show on. I mean, I had Michael Costa there, who's on the Daily Show now.
Yep.
Taylor Tomlinson. Zoltan used to do a lot. I mean, I had a lot of big names there. So try to produce your own show somewhere, bar show. That gives you some leverage with your fellow comics starting off. You'll get on shows. You know what I mean? Like,
Cool.
It'll be mutual back and forth. You have a show to produce. It's a great way for you to get in with the local scene and put on shows.
It also makes you a much better comic. I think if you're trying to produce your own shows, you become not necessarily funnier, not necessarily better joke writer, but you definitely become more of a professional. Like,
Cool.
you know, you're going to show up when you say you're going to show up. You know what jobs you've got, when you've got them, because comics can be a little bit flaky.
Right.
And everybody's funny, so it's going to be the non-flaky guys you're going to want to work with.
Okay, cool.
Then you'll be as angry as me because I gotta, you have the stress I have. You'll be fighting with people on Facebook. No, I'm just kidding.
Cool.
But putting on shows. But thank you very much.
Thanks for
Give
having
it
me.
one more time for Miss Official, everybody. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, man, good stuff.
Pass that thing back to you guys.
We have a quarterback injury.
Uh-oh. Who's the third stringer?
Jones is hurt.
Who is their third string?
Steve Young is coming in.
Steve
Young is coming in.
Don't you just think Shanahan
Oh,
at this
there's
point is like, you know what? What else could possibly?
They're winning 17-7.
Well, who's number 4? Because he's about to throw a football or hand it off. Remember when they had McCaffrey have to play quarterback in the NFC Championship game 3 years
against
ago?
the
or
Eagles,
whatever?
by the way.
So I have a story. Being a Packers fan,
Oh, he got murdered. That's why he's hurt. That was not the right tackle. Was a freaking turnstile, and he's holding a bad part of his leg.
Yeah.
That doesn't look good. If you're for the 3
Calf.
people who are hey, Ramsey's, we still got 3. He's not even there. Ramsey's walked away.
he's not even watching anymore.
Ramsey's like, what's going on?
Our assistant producer isn't even watching. Are we up to like 300,000, 400,000 viewers now? Is Netflix calling?
By the
us
way,
yet?
can I call out Josh Nelson and say we haven't been watching closely enough. Has his commercial been on? Josh, text us and let us know if your commercial's been on.
We're going to speakerphone him right now. He has a show, I think.
Oh, does he? Okay.
I think. Let's
I'm excited to see the commercial. I mean, we don't have the sound
Absolutely.
on, so I don't know if it's
You guys go ahead and talk a little bit about. Oh, both games aren't on. Baseball and football is not
What
on.
was the? Oh man, I feel like I had something to say about the process of running your own shows. What were we talking about?
No, it's just I really heard early on that if you try to produce your own shows, you will very quickly understand kind of what club owners have to go through with comedians and why it's so important to have people who are reliable as opposed to just funny.
Yeah, and so Mid, I was the other thing I was going to tell you was another thing that is underrated in comedy is just hang. Like even if you're not on a show, come to Grand Comedy Club on a Friday, even if you're not on the lineup, and you get to meet the host. I mean, it's a good situation.
Do you know how many people email me every day? And some are in San Diego. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm a San Diego comic. I've done this, I've done that. And I said, great. And the first thing I say is, how many times have you been to my club?
Yeah, just come hang.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the open mic?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, but they're asking you to get booked.
Sure.
You've never been here to say, hi, my name is so-and-so on a Friday. Or even if they don't buy a ticket, they come in, I'll probably say, oh, stay if we have room, whatever.
My first 15-minute spot that I ever did was at the Comedy Palace, Rest His Soul with George. I miss that dude.
Wait, George
Remember George, Comedy Palace?
is dead?
No, rest
He was here.
the club soul.
He was here Friday night.
I like George so
they
much.
Sent me they sent me a
George,
picture.
George gave me opportunities.
I was
right
like,
off
did
the
he die
bat.
the last 3 days? He was here
No,
Friday.
when I say
Very dark.
I was saying rest of the club soul.
Oh, God.
I see.
But the point is my first 15-minute set was because somebody didn't show up. And I was hanging out at the bar. I wasn't on the lineup that night. And they were like, hey, do you want to get up and do time? I was like, yeah. And they're like, can you do 15? And I was like, yeah. And I couldn't. But that was my first.
Still can't.
Yeah, I still can't. No, I'm still. Yeah, we're stretching.
No, George, I got a picture. I was at my kid's game Friday. I was not here. And I got a picture and it says, George says hi. And I'm like, what the fuck? So he never came to the old club over the years. And the first place I ever did was Comedy Palace. And I guess he was here Friday and took a picture. Who was here? Lisa Gilbert? Somebody was here Friday. Took a picture with him and sent it. I haven't seen him in years.
George and Tony, they were great. Loved what they did in San Diego. I love a lot of the clubs around, but that was the one that like when I was starting and needing to stretch out and learn how to do more than just the open mic 5 minutes. They gave me a good time. So
that leads in my next question. We'll give a quick update. Yankees are up 4-0, top of 7 over the Sox.
And Judge just made a nice catch.
And the backup quarterback, whoever the backup for Mac Jones,
The Niners just pulled in a high school quarterback
will
to
be.
play.
It's Adam's son.
It's
Adam's son.
Wasserman.
Yeah.
He is taller than Brock Purdy. Oh, he's all right. He strained his calf.
Jones will be back in after
Okay.
one series.
Yeah.
Listen, that was a soccer reaction.
Yeah.
Can we say that?
Little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. He's
grabbed his
jogging
calf.
off after just screaming.
Well,
Yeah.
and now number 4 is like, I was so close.
This close.
Who is
This-
it? Let me
I
see
was
see
that
his name.
close.
And then they kicked a field goal, so he didn't even get. So he might not even miss a series.
Oh, yeah.
20-7, 49ers.
All right. So Jim,
Sir.
first time ever doing comedy. When did you do it? Where? How did it go? Why? What got you into it? Tell us a quick story.
All right, Cliff Notes are, I was 21 years old. I was in Augusta, Maine. I was doing morning radio, and I got fired. I was on a station called 92 Moose. I'm not making that up.
Was that your regular job then?
Still in the dial. Yeah, that was my job.
For years?
For 8 months until I got fired.
He was
It was
21.
My first job. My first job out of college, and I was out of work for months. And a guy who owned a series of home video stores, like video rental places. That's how long ago this was. Actually, that I had worked with, took pity on me. He was having a conference in Augusta, Maine, and hired me to be the entertainer. So he paid me $50 and 2 VCR tapes to be the entertainer.
Did you get pornos back then? 'Cause
I
you
did
were-
not, no. I got When Harry Met Sally and something else.
Great movie.
Anyway, point is, I got up. There were like 300 people there. I thought, how hard can this be? I got up. I told my first story. It killed. The smart man gets out there. But I was only like a minute and a half in. I thought, okay, my next big laugh, I'm getting out. 20 minutes later.
20 years later, you're still
20
waiting for
years
that.
later,
Still hunting for that big
still
laugh.
doing that same set. It was just kind of a, okay, thanks so much, and a couple of peas, and that was it.
So how much time did you do?
Oh, I did like 20 minutes looking for another joke.
You got paid
20 minutes?
50
Your first
bucks.
time ever?
Yeah,
The first time you ever did comedy, you got paid $50.
I got paid 50 bucks.
And you did 20 minutes?
I did 20 minutes.
I hate
Yeah,
him
but
so
none
much
of it
right
was
now.
funny. By the way, I think
The
either
ego
one
on
of
you. The ego on you to try to do 20
No,
minutes.
no. I did a minute and a half, and then I was ready to get out and be done. I just needed another laugh.
You were riding so high that you're like, I got one more in me.
I need one more laugh
Yeah.
to get out on, and
So were you just
unfortunately,
doing crowd work? I mean, you had 20 minutes of stuff
no, I had
written?
20 minutes of written stuff,
Holy
and it was
shit.
all horrendous, unfunny. I would have been better off reading out of the Augusta, Maine phone book.
That's a lot for your first time. To have 20 minutes written, ready, memorized, that's a lot.
Yeah, no.
It's a lot. This whole thing is much easier if you don't worry about trying to make people laugh. If you
Or filling the room. Or
no,
filling the
it's
room.
either one. Those things, you start taking those things away.
Well,
this job gets a lot
I think we're
easier.
nailing both of those standards tonight,
Yeah,
you guys.
we truly are. Truly are.
All right, that's pretty good. I feel really sad about my 3 minutes that I did the first time. Now you did 20.
Where was it?
At the Comedy Palace. I took the
Oh.
class, so I made a bet with a friend at a bar, and he's
How
like,
old were you?
Oh, God, 37. I'm 53 now. So 16 years ago, I made a bet with a friend with some girls. I'm making them laugh. You're so funny. You should be a stand-up comedian. I was like, I always wanted to try. My friend's like, fuck you. You'll never do it. He's my friend from high school. And I said, I'll do it. And he said, no, you won't. Let's bet. So I made a $1,000 bet.
Oh my God.
I know. I had 1 year. I wrote and wrote.
I understood you so well until you said $1,000 bet.
We had to.
That's insane.
Wow.
What? We were fucking drunk. I don't know. So
when I get drunk, I'll bet $1 or something.
I'm not very smart, guys, as you know. You guys know me well enough. I'm not smart. So we literally, I had a year. I was writing. I had books. I still have these books I wrote, and I bounced it off my then fiance, or maybe we were married by then. We were married, and I chickened out. It was a week to go, and I told him, hey, you know what? I was just nervous. I was scared to get on stage. I was scared, and I kind of tried to buy him out of the bed. I said, I'll take you out to dinner. And I said, I can just go to open mic and OB with 3 people there and just be like, blah, 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 and walk off stage. And
Sure.
And he goes, oh, it's bullshit, which was.
Yeah.
So I ended up buying him out on a night out, drinks, and he's calling me a pussy the whole night, which he was right. And then about 2 months later, I signed up for I just needed to get the whole thing about the class is getting on stage. The good thing about a class, people make fun of classes, and I don't tell everybody that about the class. I mean, friends I do. But it helped you just get on stage and hold a mic and stand in front of people and just get used to the lights in your eyes.
Yep.
And some of that. And that's all I needed to go like, oh, this is what it feels like. That's the hardest part, I think.
Yep.
And then, so I took the class, and the last showcase thing they have is like a bringer show. And Zoltan hosted it. Ironically, Zoltan went to the same high school I did at San Marcos. And I got off stage. I did my few minutes. I didn't invite anybody. My wife and the friend I made the bet with were there. And I did 3 or 5 minutes, whatever, and I thought I did okay. And Zoltan was like, was that really your first time? And I said, yeah. He said, that was pretty good for your first time. I'm like,
Hey.
really? And then fucking it was like Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm doing this show, I'm doing that. You know, I did every stats fucking, they gave us like $2 or whatever, you know. So I was doing shows 3-4 days a week, almost getting divorced, out doing shows, and was really into it for a while.
Divorced before that, or is that what caused the divorce?
Well, you know, I didn't get divorced, but she was just like, are you really going to do a show again? I'm like, yeah.
Sometimes you just really need material, Louis.
That's true. That's true.
You know.
For the 3 of you, that was a Easter egg, because it's a callback that we.
So Louis, when did you start? Where and how did it all begin?
Well, first, I want to say that because I think both of you said you started with classes, and I think classes get a bad rap. I didn't start with a class personally, but I think there's so many ways into this. It's hard. Comedy's hard. And so if a class gets somebody in and they get good after a class, I don't judge that. It's about getting good. And so if that starts you, great. I started just, I've always been a writer, and I was tired of, I was submitting to agents, I was submitting to academic journals, and I was getting tired of waiting for feedback.
Yeah.
And so I had a buddy who used to do stand-up back in Cleveland, and he was like, well, if you want quick feedback, why don't you just say it on a stage and see what people think? Because I was writing satire and humor. And so my initial goal was to write 5 minutes and just get over that hump and say I did it and never do it again. And then the first night I was at Madhouse Comedy Club downtown San Diego when it was on the roof.
That was your first
time.
the roof play. Okay,
Yeah,
before
the roof.
they moved.
So before they moved,
Yep.
it was.
I love that club.
I had a 1:25 a.m. spot. Raul Zambrano brought me up.
Raul, he's a regular.
Raul, I love him. And I'll never forget, I got up in front of like 4 people. I got a couple chuckles. I thought I was the funniest man alive.
Was Brian Simpson working there then?
Simpson was gone at that point.
Okay.
No, but no. That night I went home and I listened to my recording and I was so proud of myself. And then the next night we went to Comedy Palace and I had the second to last spot and there was nobody in the room.
There you go.
And that's when I was like, okay, I'm good. I don't think I want to do this anymore. But then,
like, I quit. That's it.
I was like, but then I did the ACC mic the next night. My buddy and I made an agreement to do it for 3 weeks, and we said after 3 weeks we'll reassess. And after 3 weeks, I got like one good night where I got good laughs and somebody complimented me, and I was like, I'm gonna do this until I really don't feel like doing it anymore. And 7.5 years later, to my wife's chagrin, I'm still enjoying it.
I think.
Well, this should kill. This should kill any dreams that you.
No, Mom, I made it.
I think there were some real jewels in there, and not unlike Louis' comedy, they were kind of buried in and around other things. But I think the idea of listening back to your set is imperative.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't do it. I hate what I
can't hear
listen
myself.
to. I can't. I do. And I understand that because a lot of people feel that way. For me personally, I don't even know if I've done well or poorly until I listen back to it, honestly, because I'm kind of so focused on trying to stay in that moment that I didn't realize I dropped this word that sets the whole joke up, or I didn't, so that for me is a really
There's
important
two sides
tool.
to that. We all know people that think they destroyed in some room, and you're like in the back going,
It's
like,
so funny.
That was
They
rough.
get off
And then-
stage, they're like, I crushed, and you're like, okay, so
Really?
you're a
And
lunatic.
then I have major headliners here that
Yeah.
I'm like, Jay Moore was here last week, and he destroyed. Standing ovation, he walks out. I'm like, dude, crushed again. He's like, eh. He's like, you're like, what? Like,
Well, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm Jay Moore because I'm not, and I'm not nearly at that level, but I tend to be a masochist and a super negative person. I get off a lot of shows. The only ones I actually listen to afterwards are the ones where I feel like I bombed.
Yeah.
And sometimes my wife will be with me, and I'll be listening to it, and I'll be just criticizing every moment. She'll be like, there are people laughing over your, and so I'm at a point now where what I need to do next is be better at being honest about what's working.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because there is stuff that's working.
There is
and you
stuff
tend
that's
to throw
working.
that out mentally.
Yeah, I dismiss it.
Because that's been working. I don't need to worry about that.
and the problem is your baseline now is here.
Sure.
So unless you just destroy, here's your baseline.
Well,
And
and
that's
you
it's like
keep-
golf. So I used to be good at golf.
Yeah.
And if I was like 3 over after 2 holes, I would like, well, fuck this round. I'm done. Right. Screw this shit.
Yeah.
So you set your baseline at a different level when you've destroyed a few times, and you're like, well, it's here. So even if you're like, the room laughed but didn't destroy, everyone's like, that was great, and you're like, no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
You're,
You know the difference. I mean, I think, it's one of the most important things you can learn as a comedian is understand the difference between good and great. And that cuts both ways. And what I mean by that is, I think there are people who are exceptionally hard on themselves.
Yeah.
I'm one of them. Sounds like you are as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure you are. Where you can be doing great, but you're only concentrating on the shit you screwed up. And so you're actually not growing because you're stuck with problems you don't actually have.
Yeah.
Which I think is a realistic
You're not
issue.
focusing on the big picture.
That's right. And then the flip side of it, I think, is also possible, where it's like, dude, you just played the crickets.
Yeah, that's way worse. I think the delusional comic is way worse.
Those
are the ones that send me things.
Yeah.
And again, running this place and booking it.
Yeah.
I get the crazies, right?
Yeah.
And it's nuts because they did this. I don't know. They'll even send clips that are just no laughs.
Right.
And
And
they're like,
Vin was telling me some of the stuff that people send him. It's
and you're just like, and I don't really watch many clips. I go by referrals a lot more. And hey, this
Right.
guy, even tonight, I worked with this guy. He's great, or this gal. Or
By the way, I
whatever.
got a referral for you tonight.
Great. Is it,
Please tell me it's me. Is it me?
is it mid-official? Because it's not multi-level. You don't get paid. You don't get paid on. It's not
I don't
multi-level.
get commission on this.
No. But I think you'd rather be that way, that negative Nancy person,
Yeah.
than the delusional person who's
Oh,
like, I destroyed.
absolutely.
Why aren't they booking me?
sure.
They should find me. There's
Yeah.
one comedian I wanted to say his name, but he sends me this 2-page Facebook message a couple years ago about like, we must have a problem because I haven't booked him.
Right.
And I'm like, what? Like,
I don't even know you, brother.
I was like, I've done a couple shows with you over the years, and I remember one joke you did was pretty good, but like, come email me, hit me up.
Yeah.
Right.
Come to the open mic, come say hi. Like, I don't understand when people just assume I'm supposed to know who they are unless they're like some big name. It's weird
When
to
you
me.
when you
Right.
talk about the two extremes, I agree with you. I think that it's better to be the negative Nancy when you're doing great than to be the delusional person. One area I never want to be in, though, is I never want to be a comedian who's doing good,
Yeah.
and I'm content with that.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Like, I've had runs of months at a time where I'm doing good, and then I'll hear Zoltan. And then I'll
Yeah.
hear someone get on stage, and I'm like,
Oh.
oh, that's what a real laugh is.
He'll do a full hour, and then the late show, he'll do a whole different hour.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Like, and I've had that where I've had a really good set. I get off stage feeling great, and then the headliner gets up, and I'm like, oh, that's different.
Totally different pop,
That's different, yeah.
noise. You know, you're
So
like, I
that-
destroyed, and you're like, oh shit, there's an 11.
Yeah.
Here's
But
my
that's
10.
that's what
Yeah.
drives me. I was doing shows with Brett Ernst. I met him at the old club actually, and I had great sets. And then he got up, and I was like, that's a different. That's everything about that is at a higher level.
Yeah.
They also get that pop though, that I'm famous, I'm the headliner pop, right? They're gonna give. They're not gonna
Sure.
give you the respect. You're Louis Centani.
No, nobody knows me.
Yeah.
Nobody knows me.
So you got to earn
Yeah.
that shit way more.
Right,
yeah.
A lot of those folks will say it's almost not real. Like some of them say it's not good to be that famous doing sets because if you ha 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 ha, people
Right,
are, I
you
mean,
get it no
in
matter
setups.
what.
Some, Neil Brennan does our club and he's doing a
Right.
setup and people are
Yeah.
like ha 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 ha. He's like, I'm doing this.
It's not even a
setup right
joke
now."
yet.
Yeah.
But I will say that like the people I'm talking about, like I mean, I don't want. This isn't me trying to like. I don't know if Brett Ernst is getting the fame. Like, do people know him that well? He's just that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I've long said someone like John Mulaney can go on stage and say very average jokes.
Yeah.
And people are going to die laughing. Because he's such a good comedian that his material, it's reached a point where his material doesn't have to be that good and people will love how he says it.
Yeah.
You have that Guido connection with Brett Ernst though. So
I do.
You guys
I do.
Fucking,
I'm always gonna
guys got your-
back my.
you got your
I'm gonna
gold
back
chains.
my paisans.
you wear your white
Hey
t-shirts.
Brett, if you're watching, I know you're not because you're not one of the three people.
He's like,
but
bada bing, fucking gabagool, whatever. All right, well, Rams, what do you think? Should we wrap this shit up?
it's not
Rams,
even the
do you wanna
fourth
do a
quarter
set?
yet.
Rams, do you want to do a set?
Ramses, do a set.
He's like, fuck that. Rams,
Ramses, do you remember when you did a set? Did we let you do a set that when Jason Collins was headlining, right? Dude, so this was back at the old club. Jason Collins was headlining,
Yep.
and I'm sitting in the back of the room with Jason during the feature set, and Jason looks around and he goes, are any of these servers comics? And I was pointing at Ramses. I was like, I think he's a comic. And Jason's like, let him go up. I'll sacrifice 5 of my minutes. Ramses went up and did 5 minutes in front of like a full room. Crushed it. Did
Really?
so great. Did so great.
Oh man, that's
That made
awesome.
me, and that made me like. I looked at Jason. I was like, one day when I become like a headliner at that
Yeah.
level, I want to give opportunities. Like
Yeah.
that was so cool. I thought.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love it when they do that. The headliners like Jason I know really well. I already
Yeah.
know they're going to be cool
Yeah.
about this, about that. There's we have a lot of big names coming up. Speaking of that, this is a Grand Comedy Club Escondido. We have a lot of big names coming up. We have Ryan Sickler this Friday. First time Ryan Sickler.
Ryan
Wow.
Sickler.
It's
He's
Friday
great.
night, 2 shows. I'm excited to have him first time.
Did you have Alonzo Saturday?
Alonzo Saturday.
Oh.
Alonzo Bowden. He's been to our club many times. He's back for One Nighter Saturday. We have Orny Adams for the first time coming up.
I heard.
Wow.
I heard Orny Adams is amazing. I heard his feature's pretty good too.
Who's are you? Oh, you're featuring for him. I'm like,
Lord.
I'm so stupid. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Lord.
Louis featuring.
That was me plugging it for the
Yes.
2 people
Yeah.
who are
Very
still
nice.
I'm
Very
excited
nice.
to get Orny here. I've seen him live a few times at the Laugh Factory in LA, and
Orny, you remember the documentary he was in with Jerry?
yes, like comedian. Yeah.
That was the first time in my life that I really was aware of stand-up comedy as a thing. Like I knew comedy, I had listened to comedians, but like that documentary was so influential to me, and so getting to open for him is like awesome.
I forgot to tell you, you're bumped. Actually,
I got bumped, yeah.
Jim is featuring.
Fair.
Orny
Sorry.
requested not to have.
Orny was like specifically that guy.
No Italians. He
It's
said no
tough
Italians.
to find out this way, but
In front of so many people.
you know, one other thing I would say, Adam, is you know, last week I did a show for you. Amir K headline, killed it.
Amir K. Yeah.
Love Amir.
And James P. Connolly was the feature.
James.
And just one thing for up and coming comics, like I have found very few assholes in this business. Comics, I found plenty of assholes. Very few comics, and by and large, all of them will be gracious and talk to you. And because what
Sorry.
happened?
Did you just see that catch?
Oh no! Oh, he ended up in the dugout.
The third baseman made
Way
a
to
catch
step
and
on
just
his
flew
emotion.
into the-
This was
sorry.
This is our emotional closer
I
of
know.
the show.
And then, but I will just say that the vast majority of people, and at levels you can't anticipate, just so gracious. Amir was so gracious and
Amir K
so
is great.
lovely.
He's here in a month too. He's back headlining in a
Yeah,
month.
James P. Connolly, so gracious, and like sat down with me and really talked through various things, and it's really great when you meet those guys and they turn out to not be Louis.
Yeah, not
It's
be
really-
Louis. Not
really
be
what-
Louis.
I was about to validate that, and you threw it. It was
I'm sorry.
Well timed. Really
you.
well
Well,
timed.
Thank you.
I will tell you, we're going to end on this, but I will tell the story maybe next Thursday. I met after that show. I went to the Aztec football game. That's why I wasn't at that show. I wasn't here or at that country club show. I was at the Aztec football. We beat Cal 34-0. I'm still in shock about it.
Nice
but
how
then
we
I
worked
met,
that in.
I met Amir K in the Benihana parking lot in Carlsbad to pay him that night with his lady, and we almost got in a fight with pulling in with my drunk
That
buddies.
sounded super official.
Yeah, it didn't sound
so I'll have
sketchy at all.
I'll have to tell the story. I know. He's like, give me my money. I'm like, I'm pulling off the thing, Amir. You get your money. I'll meet you in a parking lot. And we almost got in a fight with some dudes that cut us off. And I'm 53. I shouldn't be getting in a fight. So that didn't happen. So
I love that we're doing a podcast where the whole premise is we're watching a football game, and we're ending it before the fourth quarter
Yeah,
starts.
I've gotta
And we
pee.
haven't talked about it hardly at all.
nobody's watching anyway, and I got to pee. So third quarter, what was the score?
2014.
2014.
It is a one-score game going
Yeah?
into the fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up. I think
All right, very good.
I think considering that we didn't even have these microphones set up, we had the one wireless.
killed it.
And
No,
we have
this
one
is
more.
great.
Jim, if Jim would have just helped me set up the other wireless,
You
we would
killed
have
it.
been good. It's
I still
okay.
haven't seen Josh Nelson's commercial, and I'm just.
I
okay.
called him here. That'll be our grand finale.
Can I say that my favorite part about the story, for those of you who know Josh, he was apparently, as he tells it, he was contacted by these people, and he didn't believe that it was real.
Yes.
Through the whole process, they were like asking for his social security number, and he's like, sure. They're like, it's gonna be with Shaq, and he went through the whole process until the end. He finally shows up. Shaq is there. He did the commercial. And now my favorite part is that in like 10 years, Shaquille O'Neal is going to steal his identity and have all his shit.
Yeah, so we have to see that commercial. I thought it was photoshopped. He showed me on his phone a few weeks ago. I'm
That's
like,
amazing.
Why'd you Photoshop Shaq next to you? He's like,
Good for Josh.
Nobody's gonna buy that.
Good for Josh. Keep going.
All right, so halftime hacks. This was just our bullshit pilot episode.
We're coming for you, Kill Tony.
You
I
guys
guess.
are great. You guys might have to take this whole thing over, and I'll just produce it. You guys were awesome. But no, thank you. Grand Comedy Club, Escondido, North San Diego. Big names coming up. Louis featuring.
Little names coming up too.
little names, big names, but all funny. That's my whole business model, is all funny. Every show you'll see here, whether it's somebody you know that's famous or not, we put on great shows. That's what we pride ourselves on. So Ramses gets the music ready. We're going to wrap it up. Halftime hacks. We're going to do it again next Thursday, and we'll go from there. Thank you very much, everybody,
And
for
thanks to
watching.
the
All
micers.
three.
Thank you.
All three of you guys
Thank
watching.
you, Micers.
All right.
Come on, music. This is so anticlimactic, Ramses.
You're fired. Fired.
We gave you 40
Wait, don't quit.
minutes head
Please
start.
don't quit. He's getting $7 an hour.